and we're just going to do a little rough-in plumbing walkthrough. I'm going to start at the top floor, go through all the drains, work my way down into the basement, and then once we get down there we will work our way back up and I'll show you all the venting. So kind of ignore the venting initially, and then when we come through the second time working our way back up, I'll show you all the venting, so it'll make more sense and it'll be less confusing. But here we are, the upper floor bathroom. Now this will be a pedestal sink here, or it's roughed in for anything you want, but we got 1.5 inches. The pedestal sink actually takes 1.25 inches drain, but anytime you run horizontally with it, you have to upsize it to 1.5 inches. So we just started off right away with 1.5 inches. And notice we go right into a sanitary tee. Down across the floor, we've got some nice slope there. We go into a 90 down, and we'll pick that up when we go downstairs. I'll kind of show you what's going on there, but that's the drain for the bathroom sink. Toilet, we already got it hooked up because we needed some kind of facilities to use during the construction phase. So that's been operational for some time now. I'll show you the drain once we go downstairs to the main level. Over in this corner we got the tub. It's roughed in for a clawfoot tub right now, and that drain takes 1.5 inches, which I have here, goes right into the sanitary tee, and then notice we upsize it to 2 inch because under the floor we run back over to the toilet or the main stack area, and anytime you're running a tub drain 1.5 inches, if you're going horizontally you need to upsize it, so we upsize it to 2 inch to follow the code. So yeah, that's pretty much that. It just comes down, bends a 90 right away, goes under the floor through this joist cavity back there to kind of the main stack area. I'll show you that when we walk downstairs. That's basically it for the upstairs drain lines. So here we go downstairs. Alright, so I'll show you where all the upstairs fixtures tie in first, and then we'll work on plumbing down here. So this pipe you see right here, this is the 2 inch, and that is for the tub drain. I should probably get a flashlight. Alright, here we go. So, I don't know if you can see back there very well. But the drain and the vent for the tub comes through this joist cavity. So anyways, tub drain down here comes into a TY fitting, and this is the main stack, so this goes down into the basement. This is kind of going to be the common theme here with the drains. Now to the left here, you can see here's the sink from upstairs bathroom. Goes into a long sweep 90 when you change into the horizontal direction. Comes down here, we do another 90 down to a 45, another TY combo here into our main drain, main stack, down into the basement. Let's see, so that And then I can show you the toilet. So you can see right here, there's a closet bend down to a 90, and then it ties into the main drain, main stack right here. This sanitary T right here is actually the vent, but we'll talk about that later. So, and that as well ties into the main stack, comes down into the basement. So that takes care of the upstairs bathroom drains. So now we're gonna work on the main level drains, and I'll show you what's going on here. We'll actually start over in the kitchen area, and really all we have here, we've got the kitchen sink right here, 1.5 inches into the wall, sanitary T, drains down to a 45 into another TY combo, goes down into the basement. Notice on all these pipes, the purple here, that's the purple primer. Every single joint was primed properly and glued. Later on I'll go through a water pressure test, and we will fill this whole system up with water so you can see that it doesn't leak, it's airtight. So that is the kitchen sink drain. Now we'll move over into the bathroom slash laundry room. We got the corner shower. This is a 2-inch drain, goes down into the basement, and then it into a P-trap, and then ties over into some drain pipes under the floor. I'll show you that when we get into the basement. This here would be the bathroom sink, going to 1.5 inches to a sanitary T again. Drains down under the floor. We will pick that up in the basement. I'll show you where that is. And over here we got the rough-in for the washing machine, water lines and drain. Here we've got the stand pipe. It's a 2-inch stand pipe, goes all the way down to the floor to your P-trap, comes across horizontally to a sanitary T again, and then down into the floor. We'll pick that up in the basement, and I'll show you that. So those are the drains, and then one more, we've got toilet flange. That obviously is going to be picked up in the basement, and I'll kind of show you that. But just a little recap. This is the main drain running all the way down to the basement, picks up the toilet, and it's all 3-inch. So that's pretty much the drain for up here. Now we'll go into the basement, and we'll go through the drain, show you all that. Alright, so I don't know if you can see that horizontal pipe. That is the laundry, the washing machine drain. You can see we've got nice downward slope on it. We've got strapping supporting at least every 4 feet at the most. That comes over here. Okay, this right here, you can see the shower P-trap there. So you got the shower P-trap, and then sanitary tee on its back. That's for the vent. We'll talk about that later. And then horizontally, that ties into where the toilet is. So if you look in the center of the screen, we've got the that is the drain for the toilet on the main level. So it basically drains straight down and hits that TY on its back. So a nice slope, pushing all the solids, giving it some horizontal trajectory. So yeah, that takes care of that. If you can see in the very far back, I don't know if you can see it or not, but the drain for the sink in the corner also picks up way back in the corner there. It's kind of hard to see, but everything's sloped pretty good. Try and get a better shot. It's kind of a bummer. Yeah, I don't know if you can see anything there, but it's all pretty solid. Now this TY here, that's in the middle of the screen again, that is the main drain line that comes through the wall cavity and picks up all the fixtures upstairs, and then the bathroom fixtures in the upper level. So notice again a TY on its back to give the solids some horizontal trajectory, kind of shooting them towards the main drain. That's going to pick up vertically here, but that's another code thing. On its back, you can see we've got a 45 comes towards us, and then we go into a 90 down. We've got a test tee or a clean out fitting if you need to run an auger down the main drain. You've got that. And then at this point, it turns into 4-inch. Now we've got another 4-inch TY combo here. And then horizontally, we're running 2-inch because you have to upsize by 1 pipe size when you're running horizontally. And then that picks up the utility sink in the basement, which is typically 1.5 inches. So we upsize it to 2-inch. Down into the floor, and this is where we go back to the original plumbing. It comes through the floor here, and we've got a floor drain that ties into it as well, and then another clean out, which would probably be better to go through because then you have one less 90 to worry about there. So this would be your top choice if you had to clean out the sewer. So that's pretty much it for the drains. Now I'm going to go through all of the venting, and we'll work our way up where it ties into the roof, and that'll kind of be a little more logical. So starting out with the utility sink, we've got another sanitary tee on its back, and then this is where we vent the utility sink. Now here we can use vent 90s, and really they don't have to have any sweep to them, but a lot of times those are actually more expensive, so if we don't need them, we just use regular 90s, regular drain 90s. But anyways, we got her supported 90s up, another 90, actually using a street 90 there. Now this runs horizontally, and then it goes up through the floor, and we'll talk about that when we go upstairs. And all these vent pipes, anytime it's ran horizontally, we also slope it back towards the drain, so there is also a horizontal slope on the vent pipes as well. So we've got the shower going to the P-trap, and then on the back you've got a sanitary T with a vertical section going up. That is the vent for the shower as well as the toilet. If you see in the center of the screen that vertical section of 3-inch, that is the drain for the toilet on the main level. And then we've got that sanitary T, the 3-inch going to 2-inch horizontally. That is actually the vent for the toilet, as well as it's part of the drain for the shower. So that little 2-foot section of 2-inch pipe is the only wet vent in the entire house. That was pretty much how we had to do it. Everything else has an individual vent, but that right there. So occasionally you're going to have some water from the shower running through that horizontal section, and you may be flushing the toilet at the exact same time where that 2-inch pipe doubles as a vent for the toilet as well. But typically that 2-inch pipe is not going to be completely filled with water, even if you have the shower on full blast. So there will still be an air passage in that 2-inch to vent the toilet. But anyways, so there you got it, the sanitary T with the 2-inch going vertically. That's your vent for the toilet and the shower. And that pretty much is it for down here. We'll go upstairs and I'll run through all the vents on the main level. Alright, we'll start in the kitchen. You've got the sink, sanitary T, vents up. And we're actually using a vent 90 here. So vent 90 to another sanitary T. Now this pipe right down here, this is the vent from the utility sink in the basement. So these two sinks come together, they combine and go vertically up. And I'll show you where they all kind of tie into the main stack. So that's the kitchen sink. Utility or the laundry. So 2-inch vent, you got your sanitary T, 2-inch vent coming up. Goes through the top plate, and notice we've got a nailing plate there to prevent any screws from puncturing the pipe. From there it goes up into the attic, and I will show you that upstairs. Now here's that 2-inch vent I was talking about that combines the shower and the toilet and vents both of those fixtures together. Now that comes up the wall behind the shower head. You can see the shower head here. Here's your vent. Goes up, 90s over, and it ties into the main stack. Now here's the shower, the sink in the corner. Notice again we got the sanitary T, vent pipe going up. This is 1.5 inches. Goes up through the double top plate, and notice we've got a nailing plate again. And I'll show you a little more of that up here. So that goes through. Another 90 and 45, and then that runs horizontally over, ties into the main stack. Alright, so we've got those. So remember, this is the tub drain. On the right, we've got the tub vent. So this comes Comes back down here, ties over into this, kind of like our main stack area. This is a double sanitary tee on its back. So vent from the tub, vent from the utility sink in the basement and the kitchen sink. That vent comes up, ties into this, combines into the 3-inch here, as well as the 2-inch that takes care of the vent for the corner shower and the toilet on the main level. Comes up, 90s across, combines into the main right here. Now also this 3-inch here also is venting the toilet upstairs. So if you can see, you got your closet bend, comes down here to the sanitary tee. This is actually the vent for the toilet on the upstairs levels as well. So you've got a little offset here to kind of get around this exhaust fan. We wanted to make some room for the exhaust fan, so we offsetted this 3-inch up. Once it gets past the exhaust fan, then it 90s up. See it 90s up and ties into a couple other vents. I'll show you those. So that's pretty much the venting system for the main level. I'm gonna actually pop my head up through the ceiling so you can see the other stuff a little easier. So again, sink, bathroom sink on the main level vent. We already showed you that. Comes in as double sanitary tee. From below it picks up this, which is all the vents for the downstairs, the basement, and the main level. That comes up, picks up into here, and that actually just goes right up through the roof. One solid piece, no couplings or anything. Now to your left, you can see horizontally we've got that 2-inch, and that takes care of the washing machine on the main level. Comes up, and then it runs horizontally, and now right there you can see another sanitary tee on its back. So that's actually the vent for the upstairs bathroom sink. You can kind of see we go vertically with the vent pipe, and we do what's called an island vent. So we go above the flood rim, so the highest level that the sink could be at, we go above that with the vent pipe so that water can't get back into the venting system if it ever overflowed. We turn it back down, come down, tie into the 2-inch horizontally, run that, tie this into the double sanitary tee, then it goes up through the roof. And that pretty much takes care of that. I will show you the vent for the clawfoot tub. We did another one of those island vents for that, where we loop it above the floodplain and then come back down. So I'll show you that. So here we are, the tub. Notice for the vent we can downsize it to 1.5 inches. It was a little easier to work with. And then we go above the flood rim again. Now this is about the midpoint of the window. So we're well above the flood rim of the tub. And then we go back down vertically through the floor, and where we tie into the vent there. So that pretty much takes care of the tub vent. Bathroom sink vent again, another island vent. And then everything ties in the main stack out through the roof.